Hey everyone, please subscribe this Wikitech channel and tap on the bell icon to receive the further notifications.
Hey everyone, this is Jason from Tech. Hey guys, I hope you all are good and doing that. So in this video, let's talk about what is the difference between HDD, hard disk drive, and SSD, solid state drive. So I will try my best to give you the idea about the HDD and the SSD. So let's get started. So guys, here is the hard disk drive HDD. Whereas guys, you have seen that it was big in size and also it was weight around more than 300 to 400 grams. It was in my hand. And also if you look the internal part inside this hard drive, there was this circular disk. Hope you remember in the old time we used the CDs, DVD, CDs like that. So like that there was a disk inside this hard drive, and also there was a needle on this hard drive where for example there was a 500 movies we have stored in this hard drive. So I want the movie Titanic. When I given command to the computer for the movie Titanic, then the disk inside this hard drive will keep rotating and the needle on the disk will keep read the data. Once it found the information movie Titanic, it will display on the screen, so we will watch the movie. That is what happening with the help of this hard drive actually. So guys, the thing is, while rotating the disk it makes noise first thing, and also the read and write speed was very less when compared to SSD, and also it was big in size, and also while the disk rotating it's produced the heat also, so which was not good for if you want the fast computer, fast boot up, if you want the programs to open very fast, then usually the hard disk drive was not good. So to replace, to overcome all this, I mean the noise pollution and the read and write speed was very slow, and also the thermal management also not good in this hard disk, so that's why the engineers brings this SSD. You have seen that, you have seen first when compared side by side, it was big in size, it was just like a very small silicon chip, but this is the SSD M.2 SSD silicon chip, which means guys it does not have any kind of moving parts. It's the read and write speed was very fast. For example, if you look at the read and write speed, it should take probably the read and write speed is around 30 Mbps to 40 Mbps. But whereas if you look at the M.2 SSD, the read and write speed should be around 500 Mbps per second, or even it can go up to 600 Mbps per second. So usually this hard drive has a disk inside. I told you the disk will keep rotating, so which will get the noise, but whereas there was no moving parts inside this silicon chip, so hence there was no sound when we doing work with this SSD. So like that, due to the moving parts inside, it will makes the heat very quick and it will generate the heat when compared to the SSD. So SSD was very good in terms of thermal management, was very good in SSD. So that's the reason guys, if you look into the 1 terabyte hard disk drive, the cost is around 3,500 to 4,000 rupees. But whereas at the same time, if we look into M.2 SSD 1 terabyte, its cost is around 8,000 rupees. So you get the answer how demanding for this SSD. So guys, usually if you have a hard disk drive in your computer, so if you turn on the device, I mean the booting time, it will take around nearly 1 minute 30 seconds like that. But when you added this SSD, M.2 SSD, the booting time it should take around 30 seconds only. Not only that, if you install any application, I mean if you opening any application like heavy application, AutoCAD, or even if you're doing editing or any kind of heavy tasking applications also, the read and write speed was very helpful. So besides you have a powerful CPU along with powerful SSD which gives the output very fast. But whereas you have a powerful CPU, you have this hard drive, but the output doesn't come fast because the read and write speed was not good, I told you. So that's why SSD is very good. I want to let you know one thing. Nowadays, maximum companies, Windows laptops, or even the Mac also, by default, it's providing 128 GB SSD. But some companies giving 1 terabyte HDD also. But whereas if you look into the MacBook Air, it will only provide 128 GB SSD. But if you want additional storage, you must should need to purchase the external hard disk drive. But anyhow, guys, even if the computer does not have external hard disk drive also, you just go and purchase that laptop which comes with 128 GB SSD is more than enough to install any kind of application, to do work with that computer. As I told, the read and write speed was very quick, and installation of the application using the heavy application also very smooth. But whereas if you have external data, usually 128 GB is not enough in this 2020 year. So guys, the alternative solution, go to the online shopping site and anything and just purchase the 1 terabyte hard disk drive, but keep that 128 GB as a bootable device. So usually all the programs what you're installing was installed in the C drive. So usually the booting time and working with that system was very quick. If you want external data, so usually we have the external hard disk drive now, so we can use from the drive. So my suggestion, just go for, even if the computer giving you 128 GB SSD also, just prefer to purchase that computer because of the read and write speed. Also, I think 3 days back, I think so, yes, 3 days back exactly, I have make a video what is the best available markets in the price below 40,000 rupees. So I have shown on that day around 6 laptops, if I remember properly. But in that, every company providing 256 GB SSD, and there was no HDD. Of course, as I told, we can purchase the HDD in online shoppings, but use that 256 SSD as a bootable device. So finally, my dear family members, I mean the people you watching, so I hope I have given the information between the hard disk and the SSD. So as I told, it's very clear, the SSD was very slim and portable device, and also there was no moving parts, which means no noise from the SSD, and it's good in thermal management. As I told, portable size, and also the read and write speed was very good. We can go up to 600 Mbps per second with M.2 SSD. But whereas this hard drives comes with big in size, and also there was a moving parts. So due to that moving parts, it produces the heat also, and also it produces the noises also. Whereas if you look into the read and write speed, it should go probably 30 Mbps or 40 Mbps like that. That's it. So that's the difference between this SSD and HDD. So finally, if the laptop, if your company providing you 128 GB SSD also, my suggestion, just go and purchase that system and purchase the external 1 terabyte HDD separately. Then it will work for the money, because I told you, if you have a powerful CPU besides the powerful SSD, the output was awesome, the output result. But whereas if you have a powerful CPU but low power hard disk, then the output was not that much of great combination. So my dear friends, that's it in this video. I hope I have provided the information without confusing you. If you have any kind of specific questions, please let me know in the comment section. Hey guys, I want to let you know here, if you have already purchased the system, just look at the manufacturer. Whereas some manufacturers allow us to upgrade to SSD. If the option was available, just immediately go and upgrade to SSD. Then you guys can check out the speed of the system performance. And also, if you don't know how to do add the SSD by yourself, I was providing a link in the iCard, so you guys can check out that video, and you guys only can install the SSD in your laptop or even your desktop. It's a very easy process. Don't be nervous if you're doing first time. Just watch the video, you get a complete idea. If anything want, I'm here with you. Just message me. I am very happy to assist you guys. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Love you all. Take care. Bye bye.